from our Kingdom Financial Group studio here at 5th and State. We're also live on Facebook and on YouTube. We want to welcome in to our studio Christina Maria of the Lake Erie Ballet Company. There we go.
Yeah, hi.
And Brooke Kimmett. Oh my gosh. The reason why I'm like over the top here is because Brooke and my daughter Jennifer grew up together on our block in the Mercyhurst neighborhood. Brooke, good to see you.
Great to see you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Christina and I, we've known each other for many, many moons, and this thing called now Erie's Nutcracker Reimagined.
Yeah.
Has kind of taken on a life of its own, hasn't it? I mean,
every year we do it, it just keeps growing.
Yeah.
It's kind of exciting to be a part of this huge production now that is happening.
So give us a little bit of background. How did it all start?
Okay, so back in the day when I was the artistic director of Lake Erie Ballet Company, I used to, just to get a feel of where things were and where they need to go, I would walk the halls, usually the lobby of the Warner, and see all the dads sitting on the couches out there, not even in watching. And so when I would just ask around, like, how'd you like this? How'd you like the show? Usually it was great, but the party scene is so long and boring. So during COVID, I was like up on a ladder going, what are we going to do? There's a new Warner. We have to make something bigger. We can't just do the same old. And it just was like, you need to put a script to it. And also with the digital backdrop. So we did it so that it's really geared towards nuggets of Erie that just make Erie special. The history, the War of 1812, the chocolates that are here, the sponge candy, and just adding those kind of little things into the script. And so I did approach Sean Clerkin and Robert Martin, and they came up with a script, and actually we're going to meet next week and just kind of
do some tweaks,
revise it, do some tweaks so that it's a little bit more on the actual timeline. It still will have the toys that everybody then I totally forgot what they're called. The toys, the Mark's toys. It's still like a little bit more in the future. So we still are using a little bit of artistic license because the dolls, the life-size dolls that happen, they're not the punching ones, but they are
the rock and sock and robots. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
That are uniquely Erie.
Yes.
So
exactly.
So that'll still be like an artistic license with that, but so it's going to be more along the timeline of.
And when you first presented this, again, let's face it, ballet people can be purists, can they not?
Yeah. Yeah, and also
so,
I'm messing. So I had the nerve to mess with something that hadn't been touched for over 60 years.
Right, we're talking Tchaikovsky here.
Yeah, but Tchaikovsky now,
he did
to
the music,
honor him,
yeah.
I did not change a single thing with the music.
Okay.
So that has not changed. So if you close your eyes.
What was it, Balanchine that originally choreographed?
No, actually it wasn't. It was William Christensen from San Francisco Ballet was the first one to do the Nutcracker in the United States.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And the first time Nutcracker was done, it was totally booed because it was done for children. And back then, children were seen but not heard, and nothing was catered to them. So when it was first done in the 1800s, it was why? So for a while it was no, thank you. And then it kind of had more of a revival. And I think it was after World War II when everybody wanted something more light and more of a happy family. So that's when William Christensen then brought it to the States, and it just took off. And literally every podunk town, small school does Nutcracker. Yeah.
Let's go to Brooke here because you've done Nutcracker how many times in your life, you think?
Since 2003. 3, I think, was the first time it was in the Nutcracker, and I was a flying cherub. I had no clue what that meant.
You were 3 years old.
I was 3.
I put her up in a big swing.
Sat on a swing.
A flying cherub.
Which
Love
was
it.
50
thrilling.
feet up on
Yeah.
50 feet off the stage.
So yeah, a lot of different roles. I've done just about everything now. So
And you've danced Clara, right?
I had the opportunity to perform the Little Clara, which kind of goes through the party scene.
Yes.
At the time, it had gone into the battle. Little switched around now, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
Neat. So now you're appearing as Dream Clara.
yes.
And that's part of the regular deal, right?
Well, yeah. So I have seen like other versions that have done it like this, where when little Clara goes to sleep right before the battle. So basically, they have this big Christmas party, and she's tired. She goes to sleep, and she's dreaming about everything that happened during the party. Well, in her dream, she dreams a version of herself in the future. So she's all grown up, and she has a love interest of the Nutcracker Prince, which
Right.
happened to be the apprentice of her uncle Drosselmeyer, who's a toy maker. And, you know, she kind of has like a little love interest during the party
Nice,
scene.
yeah.
And so she dreams about that. And that's all of like pretty much like 3/4 of the ballet.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Is
So it's a big role that
it's
she
a big
has.
role that you're taking
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about your story here. You said that you were in the Nutcracker at 3.
Yeah.
When did you decide, okay, this is something I really want to pursue? Right around then, you think?
Yeah, pretty much right around then. You couldn't pull me out of the dance studio.
Yeah.
There were kids that were always the ones that, you know, were crying, holding on to mom. I was crying, holding on to the dance teacher on the way out. So, little bit different, but yeah, I fell in love with performing and dance. So, pretty much from there on out, it was.
And what were the opportunities in Erie for you? You know, because we've kind of heard Christina's story. She went to Texas and came back. You know, how about for you? How did it go?
Yeah, so back in the day when the Lake Erie Ballet Company was a studio, they had a junior company, so I did a lot of outreach events with those. So all of the different performance opportunities around Erie, Festival of the Trees, Celebrate Erie. There's a couple other ones. We used to do Dance Consortium. So I did a lot with that, which was... I think I had Sundays off, which was really cool. But other than that, I was at the studio.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So long nights.
Yeah. And what about like is there high school opportunities in college? How does that work? You know?
Yeah. So I had gone to Villa Maria Academy, and I was part of the dance program there. So if I didn't have theater rehearsal, I went to dance rehearsal.
I was going to say, do you
dance.
branch out into like doing musical theater and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually just doing the launch event with the Playhouse right before Nutcracker auditions. I was 45 minutes late to my call because of Nutcracker auditions, but it's okay. It worked out.
Wow.
But-
they were pushovers for you, I guess.
I guess so.
I get yelled at if I'm 5 minutes from call, so 5 minutes late. But so that's and then you kind of took a break, right?
Yeah, so once I graduated from high school, I had decided I was done with dance. I was never putting on point shoes again. You couldn't catch me dead in ballet. Graduated high school, came back to Erie, got a job doing HR, and then Christine had asked me if I would teach contemporary, which kind of pulled me back into dance. So my first Nutcracker back, I was actually the grandmother. That was like a last minute decision. I had
She's really good.
old age makeup, wig, walked with a limp, had it all. Probably the best part, you do a very small portion and get all the applause, which is my favorite. So yeah, and then about 2 years after that, I was watching from backstage and really missed what I saw all of the girls doing, and it dawned on me there's no reason I couldn't just get back to it. So then that January, I was back in class. I was sweating during the first combination, but that's all right. Now I only sweat during the second. So.
Well, that is that's remarkable to kind of go that full circle and take a break and then like really get the kind of the fever again, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. She has.
I mean, you
like,
kind
all
of
summer
probably
long.
went through that at some point in your career, right?
Yeah, you do. You go through dry spells.
Yeah.
I mean, it's with everything. And then it's like once you're away from it, then it's like you kind of reflect on, I don't know, the passion of the part of what you miss of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also, I think you come to it from a more of a mature
Sure.
standpoint where you start to prioritize. And like when it comes to dancing, it's not something you can just kind of do and step away. It's how you eat affects how you sleep, how you like your outside activities. You can't do anything that might jeopardize you physically. But and then like if you want to improve like a certain part of your body, because it's just not, ballet is so unnatural. So you
Ballet, there's the quote of the day. Ballet is so unnatural.
it is what
Well, why wouldn't it be totally natural?
No, like who do you know besides you that can like have full turnout? Like nobody walks around like a duck.
That's very true.
And the muscles that you use
Yeah.
to rotate your legs in a totally unnatural way,
so
it's just
there should
so
be
you have to
there should be protests against against the abuse of ballet dancers.
But yet,
if we're doing
it's
this,
like, but yet it like draws people into like, well, there's the challenge. It's like there's a certain
there's
mindset.
the athleticism.
There's the
I
yeah,
mean, not everybody can catch a
look at my
football
shirt.
midair.
What does my shirt say?
Only like a sport, only harder.
Yeah, I mean it is. So it's like, so I mean, Brooke's been working with a physical therapist to find out, like, because like if you don't have the skeletal structure in your body to be able to lift your legs or hold your turnout in a certain way, there are ways to find out musculature exercises to strengthen those muscles that you can hold the positions that is so uniquely ballet. I mean, but that's what's so amazing about ballet is
Yeah.
somebody who's walking around the grocery store can't just come in and do
Right.
ballet. This is like people who like dedicate hours of working on this and to meet the challenge. And it's amazing that whenever you find like a dancer, I mean, like I always want to say, like if you're an employer, like hire a ballet dancer because they're goal oriented. Like they will meet the challenge. They will figure out how to make what you want happen without the excuses. So it's just like they're ballet dancers are uniquely like impressionable people, you know.
And do you get that feedback like after a solid performance? Think about it here.
Right.
Do people understand? Oh my gosh, very few people on the planet can do what you just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Do
it.
they? I mean,
And then they
do they
and then
get that kind of?
They do it on like a 2-inch like circumference,
Yeah, like on a wood block, right? Isn't that
on a quarter,
Yeah, you know,
on a half dollar,
on a half dollar
Yeah.
sized wood block with your toes.
Except it's not wood, but that's okay.
What is it?
So it's like super dense cardboard,
It's almost like paper mache-ish.
but super dense.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like water, and that's why, and they're like over $100. I mean, that's
For-
the other
for toe
thing.
shoes?
For point, don't say
For
toe,
point. I'm sorry.
toe shoes.
Sorry.
Point
I just swore at these poor ladies. You know. They're point shoes.
There we go.
Sorry.
Yeah,
On
so they're,
point.
They're over $100,
Yeah.
and so these like
And you like go through them like
so not only
fast.
do they have
Fast.
to spend so many hours doing this, and then you need to have like a full-time job to be able to support it, just to pay for the point shoes, and then you need all these hours of training. I mean, it really if it's not a passion, it's just not gonna.
Yeah.
How does this happen? You know. It's really hard. And
So
so that's
and
why
then-
we
and then there's-
appreciate so
right.
much when people come to the Nutcracker.
Yeah.
So then we can pay. It's very little. It
Right.
totally does not reflect what these dancers do, but that we can pay a few of these older dancers.
Well, and you think about it again, the cumulative effort of the do we call them the core? When it's like
Corps.
or the ensemble or the
Yeah, they're
company.
Called, they're called the corps de ballet.
The corps de ballet.
Is like the group of dancers that rehearse like 4 hours to make sure that they're all correct.
Yeah.
With the arms and the movement and the timing, because everybody hears music differently.
Sure.
But like if you have like one arm out, it doesn't take a trained eye to go, oh, something happened there. it doesn't take a trained eye, but you have to know, like, so when we are rehearsing, Carrie and I rehearse the corps de ballet, so we have to make sure that, like, we don't miss a single thing when they're rehearsing on the stage, or like when we use a lot of video, which is really great. But yeah, I mean, you know, the soloists, like what Brooke is doing, they have a little bit more artistic freedom.
Right.
And but again, with artistic freedom, there's a more mature way of moving with those kind of dancers. So there's so many different levels to ballet. There's the, you know,
the prima ballerinas. And
where it's the more artistic, and then there's the one that's the more like rigid, like make sure the arm gets there at the center, you know, and then the younger kids that there's a little bit more grace with them,
right?
That but there's still an expectation that although you might be young, there's still an expectation that you need to go to your mark, know your steps, be on the right foot, so that you are looking like. Again, that you're not just somebody we pulled off recess and, you know, stuck you in the...
So the bottom line is months and months of effort, months and months of rehearsal, and not only the dancers, but, you know, the stage crew and the artists and to put this on for the Erie community for Christmas. And so we're saying... come see it.
Yeah, this is a huge community event. We had 50 more participants audition this year, and
I was going to ask you: is the draw of ballet increasing or decreasing in Erie these days?
So it's that's a good question.
Okay,
I know just for Nutcracker specifically, we've had more. This time we have 9 community groups that are participating. 9 like local community schools, I should say, dancers from these local different studios, because Lake Erie Ballet doesn't have a school or company. So our mission is to bring dancers from the Erie community together to put on Erie's Nutcracker. And so from these 9 different organizations, and this is outside of like our core group, which is Corella Productions, the Cadence from Collegiate Academy, Marguerite School of Dance, and Sovereign Ballet. We're also working with Michelle from Fairview to do the Fairview Elementary, who is doing the snow choir, and they'll be singing during intermission up on the balcony in the lobby. Nice. So we're making it more of a whole like experience the minute you walk in through the doors. Okay. So it's exciting that it's expanding that way. So
beautiful.
Yeah, and it's really nice to work with all these. So
even though it's
dancers.
Sunny and 75 right now, we got to be thinking about Christmas because these tickets are going on sale,
Sugar
right?
Plum Fairy going in your head.
Well, we're less than 90 days from Christmas, so tell us how we get tickets. How's that all go?
Tickets you can go to.
Are they on sale now then?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
They go on. So so make sure don't miss out. If you
How
want
many
those really good,
performances?
if you want those really good seats, get them tomorrow. So there's 2 performances. December 13th at 7 p.m., December 14th at 2 p.m. They go on sale. You can go to the Erie Insurance box office if you don't want to pay the online fees.
Yeah.
And then make sure, because there are like these like scam websites. Erie
oh
events,
my gosh, it's horrible.
It is. It's ridiculous. And it's so close when you look at the images.
I've been
so
fooled
close.
by them by just looking at the Google. Yeah.
And like when somebody like messaged it to me, I was like, wait, who used that picture? How is that on our website? And it's not even us. It like fooled me. So erieevents.com, those are the only words in it. And make sure that the ticket range is 35 to 55. There is nothing in the hundreds. It's like 35 to 55.
And that just 55 get you closer to the stage.
Those are like the balcony, the first couple of rows in the balcony, first couple of rows in the floor. But yeah, I mean they're really reasonable. And so I mean get your tickets tomorrow. Last
question for Brooke here. So you're excited.
Yeah.
You're going to be dancing this big Clara part here. And you probably will get a lot of the older folks to come, a lot, or parents bringing their kids. But how about your contemporaries? How about the millennials and the Gen Zers to come out for the ballet? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, I think arts and culture is a big drive for younger people. I think there's a lot of value seen in what the artistic eye can bring and like enrich in your life. So this is just Erie's interpretation of something that's been done for hundreds of years. So, I mean, if you want to be a part of that, then I think it's a great opportunity to be so.
And I love that the little rats are actually on the boat, right? Isn't that how that goes?
Oh yeah, during the battle
During
scene.
the battle scene,
Yeah,
it's
and
the-
that projected onto the background is the brig Niagara.
Brig Niagara.
Yeah,
And the Rat King is from the...
well, she's a rat queen this
She's
year,
Rat
but
Queen.
yeah.
Okay. Again, Erie's Nutcracker reimagined. It is the December 13th and 14th at the Warner Theater. Christina Maria, Brooke Kimmett, great to see you.
Thank you, Joel.
Great to see you.